Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video of Stonks Maxxing, day 146. So, yesterday, I believe Cisco reported earnings and beat consensus expectations and also guided above revenue and EPS targets for the next fiscal year and also the next quarter. I think they reported in their fiscal year Q2, so I believe that means that their quarter end is probably in August, August, probably July 31st. And quarter one would be August, September, maybe June then. June's probably when it's at. June 30th, and then July, August, September, that's Q1. November, October, December, that's Q2. Okay, but big news, so it does seem like their two biggest drivers for financial performance, so-called a net new financial performance this quarter, was one, a lot of AI infrastructure deals. Cisco, their bread and butter product is building out networking tools and infrastructure for data centers for different types of enterprises. And it does seem like they are actually signing net new deals for delivering this AI infrastructure. I don't know if it's for specifically hyperscalers, like cloud providers, Google, Amazon, Meta even, Microsoft, Oracle. Oracle is a big name these days. Or if it's for other smaller, we'll call them labs like OpenAI or Anthropic. But let's actually take a look. So, drivers of net new financial performance. So AI infra deals, so about 350 million if I'm not mistaken. And I think quarterly revenues for Cisco, it's about in the 15 to 16 billion dollar range. So this doesn't even scratch the 10%, but probably I'll round up. So if it's 400, like 4% of, a little bit under 4% of Cisco's quarterly revenue. Okay, let's take a look. So Cisco systems. Let's go to events, corporate events. So earnings conference call. Access transcript now. Okay. I thought this would work. Guess not. Oh, here we go. Okay, earnings call. The one thing about reading transcripts, though, it's I don't get the full voice mode, if that's a thing. Being able to see or analyze how the guy is talking. But let's see if I recognize any of these guys. I don't personally recognize any of these analysts, to be honest. Okay. Okay, Sami Badri, Chuck Robbins, that's the Cisco CEO. Cisco CEO. Strong Q2 results with revenue margins and EPS all coming in at or above the high end of our guidance range. Positive top-line performance was supported by strong demand for our technology, generating double-digit growth in analyzed recurring revenue. Okay. Remaining performance obligations and subscription revenue, which accounted for 56% of our revenue in the quarter. So, okay. I actually did not know that a lot of their, it seems like this case, more than 50% of their revenues do come from software now. I guess probably makes sense if once you factor in the Splunk mix into their revenues. Web scalers. Year-to-date total. So starting in June. I guess it's probably 6.4 year to date, probably fiscal year. There's no way they did that in the span of like a month. Service providers and cloud product orders up 75%, driven by triple-digit growth in web scale. Interesting. Okay, so telco customers grew more than 20%. So continued demand indicated reinvest in core networks to be ready for AI connectivity. I guess that is kind of interesting because I don't know exactly how we'll call it API requests when you want to run a large language model or any type of model is sent through a network. I guess that's where T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, some of these Wi-Fi or even 5G providers, they probably have to somehow package that data. I think traditionally web data is sent through packets, small packets with metadata, and then all of that then gets reconstructed at the server level if you're pinging a server for a web page like Substack. So I would imagine it's probably the same thing. I could be wrong though, but yeah. I might actually have to ask Pierce for this. So maybe ask Pierce potentially about from telco customers to reinvest in networks for AI connectivity. Okay, so sovereign public orders up 13% with growth in all geographies as governments around the world turn to Cisco as their trusted end-to-end partner as they develop and deploy. Okay. Service provider and cloud product orders up 75%. Triple-digit growth in web scale. 3 of top 6 web scale grew orders in triple digits. Okay, 2 grew more than 50%. Okay, now some client demand from a product perspective. So networking product orders grew double-digit, driven by switching, enterprise routing, web scale infrastructure, industrial applications, and our IoT products. Campus switching orders were up double digits, and we expect our campus switching as well as our Wi-Fi 7 access points to gain traction with increasing return to office policies. Continue to see robust order growth for data center switching. Okay, I think that's very exciting. Being our fourth consecutive quarter of double-digit growth, we expect this to continue as our 800 gig Nexus switch based on our 51.2 terabit Silicon One chip become available in April for AI cloud build-outs. Okay, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT because I don't fully understand how switches work. I think they're able to route different connectivities or information flow. Let's see, how do switches work? What do switches do in networking. For example, the Cisco Nexus switch based on our 51.2 terabit silicon one chip. Even is that. Thanks. Oh, right. The OSI model. I totally forgot about that. Which I actually think I do have a plugin. Yes. Okay. How the internet really works. Sponsored by Catnip. Okay, there is this model I do need to remember and save it in my brain. OCI model. Open Systems Interconnection Model. Okay. Okay, so packet forwarding, this is what we were talking about earlier with the packets themselves, MAC addresses. Okay, so let's see. Cisco 800 gig Nexus switch is expected to release in April for AI cloud build-outs. This product competes with NVIDIA's Spectrum X and Broadcom's Tomahawk 5. Okay, so switches, devices that sit at layer 2, the data link, and layer 3, which is network. And the open systems interconnection model. So OSI model. Okay, to forward data packets to computer servers. These devices send packets of data to the intended destination. Okay, so it seems like this is kind of a high-level overview of what switches are. They just send packets of data to the intended destination. I guess you can have switches at home, maybe at the data center level, and also at the office level, so to speak. I also want to call out strong performance of our industrial Internet of Things product solutions comprised of ruggedized Catalyst products. Hey, that's interesting because I remember if you look at the memory manufacturers, SK Hynix, Micron, they actually were forecasting pretty soft guidance for the industrial and automotive segments. When I say industrial, I think I encompass both manufacturing and industrial, but it seems like here Cisco is actually kind of seeing the opposite effect of where they actually are having a strong performance. And it seems like in their industrial Internet of Things product solutions. And I don't know what the Catalyst products are. In just 12 months, both Cisco Secure Access and XDR have gained more than 1,000 customers combined and approximately 1 million enterprise users each. Okay, this is a lot. I actually don't know what this is. So let's Secure Access and XDR. Security orders more than doubled this quarter, driven by advanced data management, analytics, and threat detection capabilities of Splunk, and by demand for key products like our refresh firewall and key products. Gained more than 1,000 customers combined and around 1 million enterprise users each. Okay, so even before it's in full production, Hypershield is seeing solid momentum. Q2 booked major platform deals with 2 Fortune 100 enterprise customers. Okay, so Hypershield, it seems like it's another one. I'd imagine it's probably something related to cybersecurity. I actually don't know what it is though. It's booked 2 deals with Fortune 100 enterprise. So third platform deal involving multiple Cisco product services was spearheaded by Splunk. It shows the success of our joint and cross-selling motions. We continue to grab business and fuel synergies. We also Talos into Splunk's newly released enterprise security 8.0. Okay, so Talos integrated with Splunk Enterprise Security 8.0 and App Dynamics to Splunk on-prem log observer. Okay. We rolled out Splunk on Azure, Splunk Federated Analytics, and AI Assistant. In a major launch last month, we unveiled AI Defense, our latest security breakthrough, purpose-built for enterprise. So, Interstellar? Okay. These reinforce that the battle for AI leadership will be on a global playing field with competition fueling innovation, speed, and adoption to scale. And this week, we launched our first data center smart switch with embedded programmable DPUs built on Silicon One. Oh my god, okay, so there's a lot of products here that I don't fully understand. Okay, so customers. AI Friends and Enterprise Cloud, NVIDIA based, yes. technology switching, security monitors. Okay. Agentic AI-driven solution co-developed by with Mistral. Okay. Yeah. Macio's block. So Gary Steele, I see. So where's Gary Steele going?
She wasn't supposed to be. She was like picking up shit or something. So we like crossed paths, and she came in the room and like talked. I was sitting next and she like talked to me for 5-10 minutes. Like that's like hard. And the other thing is like Tuesday. What night was the night that they canceled the next day or stuff? So yeah, Tuesday. She like.
Okay, I guess that's a smoother transition of power compared to ousting or just someone leaving. I think Justin Hotard, he just left Intel, right?
And I was like,
yeah. Intel.
I can say no in that moment, like fine.
The U.S. report. That's kind of crazy. Oh my God. God.
That's hard. So it's great. I have a lot of great things for life now. I generally have it's fun. But then like being at the one, it's like
Yeah, I guess that's interesting.
This Monday's like Monday's like the day that we go out for television show. And I might interrupt that so I was like doing her shifts, like I have to see her. But I think after this week, I'll probably start like later, I'll probably ask like 2 people to work on. So that's the other girl stay for 20 minutes, and then I'll just come in and see you next time. It's just like yeah, and it's like one of our seniors joke around, and it's also like there's a show thing happening. I saw this person, they were like there's so many things I'm like that was just better story. I'm like dying to tell her something.
You want to tell us?
Yeah, so like when I do see her, and she's the same, like she's a good like whenever I see her, she's like so many things happening. I'm just like on the same I'm trying to avoid it's just I think texting you texting you this past weekend and texting this upcoming weekend was like a big kicker thing making it like when she was at the that was like a kicker thing like PSG.
Yeah, I have to admit, I do kind of agree with this, where this is kind of like market manipulation almost. It is very speculative, but I do agree with the point where it does seem like the administration is very... I think this is what I thought during November when this whole election thing was going on. In previous streams, I was like, all right, Trump is very protectionist. There's no shot that he's going to repeal CHIPS Act funding for Intel. And he didn't. Now it seems like he really wants to actually prop this company up and enforce some type of joint venture. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but. Okay, so quick detour, but let's go back to where we were earlier. So Talos, Splunk Enterprise Security, and then App Dynamics. So it seems like this is for logging and also enterprise security. So mix of cybersecurity and logging. Maybe middleware versus observability. So maybe within that same cybersecurity space. Okay, Gary Steele, he's stepping down. Okay. So CFO Scott Hearn. Total product revenue was up. It was 10.2 billion, up 11%. Okay, never mind. So I previously thought I said 16, but really it's around 14. Okay. Excluding Splunk, security grew 4%, was up 1% given growth. I think this is call center as a service. On-prem WebEx. Looking at our recurring metrics, total annual recurring revenue ended the quarter at 30.1 billion, increase of 22% with ARR growth of 41%. Okay. Wow, okay, so remaining performance obligations, $41.3 billion. I had no idea Splunk was that big of a money. I don't know what to call it, because it's not generating money, this 41 billion. It has money locked up. I'll say that. Okay. I think if you look at Confluent, Confluent only has $1 billion. I think Snowflake probably has around 7-ish billion. So, not Confluent, Splunk is like almost 6 times as much. Yeah, pretty much 6 times as much as Snowflake. And I think Splunk is more term-based licensing. I don't think it's a consumption-based model. Okay. Productivity improvements. $2.8 billion to shareholders. Okay, 1.6 in dividends, and then 1.2 in share repurchases. Deeper insights. Okay, technology footprint. For the added cost dynamic, driven by increased tariffs on China and the proposed tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Okay. So revenue to be in the range of 13.9 to 14.1 billion. So I was very wrong about the 16 actually. 67 non-GAAP operating margin. I've obviously been following this, and I think it's important to understand the effort. It's really about driving efficiency and productivity. And most of this activity is currency side. As we look out to Q3, Q4, we're not modeling in any materially higher performance or any materially lower performance in federal than what we saw last quarter. That is the way we go to market in the web scalers today. Is that we sell them systems with integrated optics. We sell them standalone optics, optical systems, and silicon. So however the market evolves, we'll continue to evolve our offerings and evolve our portfolio to just where they are and how they want. Okay. I actually have no idea what this co-packaged optics is, and also I don't even know what are optics themselves. Fiber optic transceivers that convert electrical signals into optical lights over fiber optic. To the switch ASIC. Double-digit demand for campus switching. Okay. Saw similar enterprise routing. Saw good demand for wireless. For double-digit price.
I think I did.
Okay, I think this is actually a pretty critical statement from Chuck. Sorry, Charles. Why did I say Chuck? Okay, I think his name is Charles, but he goes by Chuck. But this part right here, and candidly, there's a bit of fear slowing down too much and letting your competition get too much ahead of you, so we saw solid demand. I think that just kind of reiterates this idea of Pascal's wager, where if you think about whether or not you want to choose to invest in something, let's say this AI infra, if you don't do it, someone else might do it, and that leaves you in the dust, right? And if this thing really works out, then you really are left behind and potentially no way to come back. So I think sets up this year pretty nicely in terms of cloud infra and AI infra spend. I think that does still trickle down to a lot of the hardware players, but I also feel like this is why I wish Confluent, if I pitched it a few days earlier, would have been able to catch this earnings release. Yeah, it's frustrating. Maybe there's still room to grow, especially with these software companies. I think low expenses, I'll call it low reinvestment, and then potential for high growth. That's how I put it. Okay. Chuck Robbins. There's a little bit of fear slowing down too much and letting your competition get too much ahead of you. So we saw solid demand. Oh, are you with? select AMD for the problem versus your. Okay, so gonna head out for now. Need to make it to class. So thanks for tuning in. Probably continue this later. Oh shit. I do want to make sure there's a lot of demand is generated for AI. We even think a lot of the telco demand that we see or service. So, well, I didn't call it out. It's when I close out. We are talking about realizes. Do you need? They're trying to get careful with it. It's clear that our genetic AI work streams. That's the network.
I met a bunch of people from my business right there. It was so funny.
It wasn't very good.
It was alright. Like when it got earlier in the day, it wasn't. But then like later in the day, it got like, oh, are you serious? Like you can make some decent skills. Yeah, it was like more out there.
Yeah.
People kept saying like outside looks like this side.
So I don't know what AI pods are though. Let's take a look. Okay, so modular performance compute clusters. Okay. Okay, so with that, gonna end this here, and just want to say thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.